Hello everybody, it's Calxiyn here. So this is probably gonna freak out Hunter a little bit, but before we get started, let me just say that you guys should join our Discord server or become patrons over on Patreon if you enjoyed this video. So I want to talk about RWBY being in Super Smash Brothers as a possibility.
Fuck you.
Why?
That's not happening.
Okay.
Since when have they had people
Cloud.
who were not in a video game?
Wait, what?
Who are not initially in a video game, who are probably more known for an anime than for a...
Listen, okay? Nobody thought Cloud was gonna be in there.
Yeah.
And here we fucking are, okay?
I think
and I get that Cloud was in a video game first, but nobody thought it was gonna happen, which is
It was weirder that Bayonetta was in Smash. I'm not gonna lie, that was weird.
Yeah, and so this is what I'm saying, okay?
Like, she went from, like,
this
BDSM
probably
game to, like, family-friendly
this probably isn't gonna happen, okay? But
no, whoa, you're kidding! No way.
Here's the thing. BlazBlue Cross Battle is gonna be released on the Nintendo Switch, which does have RWBY characters in them.
You know
RWBY,
what is? You know who
Blake,
might be?
Weiss.
Yeah, okay.
Yang, etc.
Is that the console we're buying it for?
What do you mean?
BlazBlue?
Possibly? I don't know. It's on PlayStation 4 as well. PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, and I think probably also PC. But I want to buy it for the Switch. So, now the RWBY characters are basically evolving. No more are the days of RWBY Grim Eclipse. We are getting an actual video game that is not shit, question mark.
Well,
and,
BlazBlue is also kind of like a Smash Brothers game, and that's
yes,
there's,
and
like,
so
Persona
that's what I was gonna start talking about. Is that you kind of, you have the RWBY characters now on a Nintendo console, right? And they're in their own fighting game. And so I wonder if sometime in the future, maybe not this iteration, but in the future, they will try to grab the anime fans in there. Just
Do you think there should be like,
because
there was a
it's
Shonen
okay.
Jump fighting game where it was like One Piece and I think My Hero Academia was a thing at the time, but it was like Naruto and Dragon Ball and all these sort of like Shonen Jump
I don't like
anime.
So for me, it doesn't really matter.
Well, it was brought together, and I'm like, that was kind of like an anime. It was never brought to America, to my understanding, but it was sort of an anime.
Yeah, and like I get that but RWBY is just so unique. It's not necessarily like obviously it's an anime, but at the same time, it's a show
before it is primarily anything else.
Yeah. And I understand that.
Because the thing I'm playing right now, no.
But now
Ice Climbers wasn't great.
Now with
BlazBlue,
I think that opens up a possibility for Nintendo to notice, like, that, hey, RWBY fans will buy anything that has RWBY in it. That's very
then, like, also, like,
you
why
know what I mean?
RWBY, and why then not, like, a dozen other things?
Well, I mean, it's already, like, you already have had them on the console before, and so I feel like that works in their favor. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna pretend to understand how licensing works, but I'm guessing that if Nintendo, like, they must have some sort of deal with Nintendo to have it ported on the console.
If Nintendo walked up to Rooster Teeth and was like, we would like to have these characters in Smash Brothers, they would presumably say, yes! Yes, you can! Because I understand, it's an understanding of mine.
They're evolving, you know what I mean?
They're
evolving to
and
Square
really,
Enix and all of that, right?
Who the fuck, like, what, like, somewhat, like,
they got
indie,
to Cloud, right? And
like
they got to Bayonetta.
They got the Sonic, they got the Snake.
That's what I'm saying, and so why not? Why the fuck not? That's all I'm gonna ask.
My favorite thing? You know that, Smash, PlayStation All-Stars?
Yes.
Yeah, that game that was like Smash, but with PlayStation characters that people have really forgotten.
Yeah.
I liked how they didn't get Solid Snake, they got Raiden because, Nintendo got Solid Snake first.
Yikes.
That's pretty hilarious.
And so that's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking, okay, I know that it's not gonna happen, but at the same time, what if it did? I mean, I don't see any reason why it couldn't, and then they could start, sort of evolving. And I know that Smash is supposed to be
weird
Nintendo characters, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't say that Cloud is a Nintendo character,
that game never showed up on a Nintendo console.
What do you mean?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. And so I understand that RWBY would be a bit of a jump, but at the same time, at least RWBY is gonna be on the console. Like, the characters at least are gonna be on the console.
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
At least Metal Gear, there was a few Metal Gear.
And Bayonetta's coming out on the Switch now.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you guys don't think that these things are connected.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You don't think at first that Bayonetta being, you know, in Smash and then being on the Switch is connected, but it's probably connected. It probably is. I'm serious. And so this would be like Bayonetta, like, being on the Switch first and then getting added into Smash later instead of the other way around. That's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but then also, like, Nintendo, like, published Bayonetta 2, and it would have not existed without it becoming, like, a Wii U title. Still. So I think their bond with Bayonetta is a little... I think
RWBY... I think
Kojima.
Rooster Teeth would very much have a strong fucking bond with Nintendo if they were offered a bond with Nintendo.
Yeah, but does
they aren't gonna be fucking picky. But does Nintendo want to bond with them?
A shitty comedian can go up to Chris Rock and be like, Chris, you know, baby, like, I love you. Like, help me out. And then Chris Rock be like, who the fuck are you?
Okay, but that's... I mean, I don't know.
Nintendo would be Chris Rock and RWBY would be the
I don't think Rooster Teeth is that shit, though. You know what I mean?
They're not shitty, but they're definitely quiet.
I guess.
That would be like if, hey, I'm the writer of the not at all well-known novel The Abyss Surrounds Us. Would you like, I don't know, Cass and Durga, the famous characters, to be in your video game? But I will be awaiting your letter of approval.
They're not in the... Like, but RWBY is going to be on the Switch, though. That's the whole point,
okay,
right?
I mean, fair enough.
It's
so
different than what you're saying.
There's not, you know, there's a degree of separation.
Yeah.
That's not extreme.
And so that's what I'm saying. It's not that far of a jump. It's still a far-ish jump, but it's not that far of a jump. That's all that I want to say. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm not a big Nintendo fan, so I'm probably not the best person to speak on this. And it's not that I don't, like, what I mean is I like Nintendo games. I like Animal Crossing. I like Breath of the Wild. I've played most of the Mario games. I really used to like Pokemon back in the day until Sun and Moon happened. I mean, not until Sun and Moon happened. My favorite was Heart Gold and Soul Silver because my thing with
Pokemon is that, like, you go in and out with it. Like, just give me a year or two and I'll be back on that.
Exactly. And so I'm not a Nintendo fanboy in a sense that, like, I play all the Nintendo games and, like...
I mean, you bought a Switch.
I mean...
That's not nothing.
And, like, that, I've never owned a Smash game before, so I'm probably not the most, you know...
The last one I bought was Brawl.
I'm probably not the most qualified person to speak about this, right? But at the same time, I know my RWBY, and I know that, I think that it could be a strong possibility, just because I think that, you know, with these other games getting ported to the Switch, Nintendo's gonna be like, Persona.
So do you remember, Persona would be cool, but do you remember how in Brawl there was the, I guess you never played, but there was this subspace...
I mean, I played, I just didn't own it.
There was the Subspace Emissary, which was like this sort of weird, like, well-animated, kind of quirky, I sort of dug it, story mode for Smash Bros. Brawl. And, like, each character had, like, a little chapter.
Yeah, and part of the chapter could be like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, they could be like, fuck you, why are you here, RWBY?
I mean, they didn't bring it back for Smash 4, but, like, imagine, like, what the little vignette for RWBY showing.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, that could be the whole gimmick, is that, you know, like, who, like, why, what? You know,
this happen?
Why? You know, like, that's it. I don't have anything else to say, really. But
what would you imagine, like, cause, like, would it be like every RWBY character, or would it just be RWBY?
I think that they would start with 2 at least, like both of the Ice Climbers. Like, you have both of the Ice Climbers.
Well, no, because if you don't pick, like, blue or pink Ice Climber, you pick Ice Climbers.
Yeah, I know, but in Animal Crossing, there's the Animal Crossing boy and girl, you know?
Yeah, I guess. But also there's, like, in Pokemon, but also Pokemon Wakes Me. Do you know that Pokemon's, like, the second most...
I thought you were gonna say Pokemon Wakes Me, and I was just like, oh...
Pokemon is, like, the second, like, highest grossing franchise of all time.
What's the first?
Star Wars.
Oh.
Which is impressive.
I thought you meant out of Nintendo.
No, Pokemon's #1 out of Nintendo.
Out of everything!
Yeah, and #1 out of video games.
And
something that started...
number 2 out of the world.
Sorry, number 1 out of something that started out as a video game, my understanding. or number 2 out of the world. Number 1 being Star Wars, which is impressive because Pokemon's like 20 years younger than Star Wars.
That's crazy.
So it's fucking wild. So that's why, and they only get like 3 characters. So do you really think RWBY, which is albeit
Pokemon,
a wonderful
not to say that
game.
they aren't interesting to see fighting, but
Would you
I
want
feel
to see
like
a Rooster Teeth Battle Royale
Hold on.
game? That'd be wild.
Wait a sec.
Yes.
Here's the thing, okay? Not that Pokemon aren't interesting fighting, but you fight with Pokemon in the main game. And I know with a lot of the characters you fight with them in the main game, but when you have like Mario and Peach and stuff, you're not necessarily kicking ass. And so it's funner, I think. Or Kirby, right? You're not necessarily kicking ass
I was a
in
fan
the main
of Meta
game.
Knight
You know?
and, Pit.
But with Pokemon, you are fighting as them all the time. And, you know, you could argue with Cloud and with them, right? And so it's not bad. But I'm saying it's not as interesting. I feel like where the interest comes in is that you have Peach fighting, and, like, what the fuck can she do? You know what I mean?
She was a little weird. She, like, kicked ass with a pair
Or
of
Rosalina, or whatever, right? And so that's where the interest comes in, is that you have characters that are in a fighting-ish setting, but not in a strong fighting setting.
Like, you don't
And
always
they're-
imagine
like the
Princess
Animal
Peach
Crossing
kicking ass.
villagers, right?
Yeah,
Like that,
the most
you know?
passive video game of all time. But no, so like if they did like a
And so
Rooster Teeth
Pokemon
Battle
isn't,
Royale,
you know.
if they did a Rooster Teeth Battle Royale, like would you imagine like, oh, it would be like characters, then it would be like achievement hunters? And then,
I think
like-
they should have two of the RT animation
Oh yeah, it would be
six
like,
figures things.
oh, so it would be like RTA Gus, and
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
of regular Gus. And
Exactly.
then, or like Bernie, how Bernie has all those different like.
Then you'd have
like
Madam
Statue
Nowhere,
Bernie.
Genlock, Camp, Ruby. Right.
I guess you couldn't do Halo because then you'd be putting like Red versus Blue, because then you'd have like Halo characters. Although they're pretty cool with it. Just Gavin, and then he fights in slow motion. You could have
Maybe.
the people from like Laser Team. I don't
Anyway.
know. What the fuck else did they do? Yeah, that's it. That's good. Like a Flash game, that'd be great. Everyone would
A
like
Flash
that.
game.
Or I mean, like just like at a quality even of a Flash game, that'd be fun.
Anyway, so I think that's it from us, guys. I
Or
hope
just a straight up RWBY fighting game.
I hope
Fuck
that you
it.
guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember that you guys should join our Discord server, become patrons over on Patreon, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.